Hey everyone, Bradley tuning in, coming at you with another video, and today we're going to talk politics. Specifically, which party here in Ontario are going to do the best for our real estate market in the upcoming election, which is next month, June 7th. So let's jump into, I want to take a neutral perspective on this. Of course I have my own political views, but I really don't want those to translate. I just want to talk about who is the clear winner in each category, and then we can make a decision on which one is going to best impact our real estate market here in Ontario. Does that sound fair? Before I get started, my name is Bradley Watson. I do these videos every week. They're not all political, but we talk about the GTA real estate market and get you ahead, tips and tricks to keep you up to date and just to win in general. So here we go. Let's jump right into it. So first off, let's start with the Liberals, right? The Liberals are in power now. They have, as far as what they're proposing in their platform, a clear win when it comes to public transit. They're offering $79 billion to transit, 11 of which is going to be dedicated to connecting Toronto to Windsor. There's no comparison. They are offering the best deal when it comes to public transit. Now, when we look over at the NDP are winning in healthcare. The hospital spending they're looking to commit is $19 billion over the next 10 years. Both the NDP and the Liberals are on par when it comes to education and the money they're going to put into the schools, and we see $16 billion proposed from each. A couple of the things that I like from the NDP is not necessarily but things that I find fascinating. First off is speculation tax. We've seen this out in BC, and in essence it's to make sure we're collecting taxes and preventing speculation in the local market for those who are not paying taxes here in Ontario. The other thing that they've proposed is for renters. Very fascinating. If you're a renter, they're looking to have a database created where you can go and look up your landlord and what they've previously charged as far as rent, so you can make sure you're not being treated unfairly. So this is the spending that both the NDP and the Liberal are doing. NDP, we see that they're going to have a balanced budget. They haven't actually confirmed a date, so it's still to be determined. And the Liberals, we're looking 2024 to 2025. But when it comes to spending, there's no better way to boost our local real estate economy. So these guys are going to have a really strong move. But let's look over at the PC. PC are taking more of a passive approach, and they're going to be modifying the corporate tax rate. They're going to drop that down from 11.5% to 10.5%, which is necessary in essence because south of the border, they're really crushing us when it comes to corporate taxes. So it's really a play to try and drive business and look more long-term. At the same time, they've announced that they were planning to abolish the foreign buyer tax that we had implemented last year, which is really what shook the market up. And another thing they've talked about was the Greenbelt really shook some people up, that they were going to use some of the Greenbelt space in order to build more land to help housing supply, but because of such a bad outcry, they pulled back and say, you know what, we're not going to touch the Greenbelt, and they're saying they're going to protect it as well. So we'll see how that works, but you can see the differences in spending versus pulling back the corporate tax rate. The PCs are actually looking to have a balanced budget right out of the gate. They want to get that number as even as possible immediately. So a clear difference on who's spending. When it comes to short-term real estate, like I said, spending money is going to help, right? When it comes to long-term, I'll leave that up to you guys. How you dictate when you rather see them spend the money now or deal with a slower growth over the long term will really determine who you vote for in the upcoming election. Let me know who you guys plan on voting for. Leave your comments down below. And let's be gentle, guys. I know when we throw political comments, it can get a little crazy. So let's go easy on each other. I'll see you next week with more tips and tricks. Take care and keep it real.